Starting with Pahalgam, I don't believe there are any new lessons that need to be learned. Previously learned lessons need to be implemented. And one of the lessons that we had learned from past mistakes was to disconnect tourism from the overall narrative of normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir, to try and make it conflict neutral, to resist the temptation of taking tourist numbers and saying that, look, we have so many tourists coming and therefore the issue of Kashmir has now been settled. And the reason I say this is because in the past, during Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahab's government, he fell sort of prey to exactly that temptation. He saw a good upswing in tourist numbers soon after he became chief minister, and then went on this narrative that देखो जी इतने टूरिस्ट आ रहे हैं, सारा कुछ ठीक है. They planted an IED outside Nishad Garden, and we lost some tourists, I believe from Gujarat at that time. So looking at that, the 6 years that I was chief minister, we consciously stuck to the line that tourism is an economic activity. It's not a barometer of normalcy. There are other ways by which we will measure normalcy. We will not use tourism for it. Of late, the narrative again shifted to look how many tourists have come. Tourists are coming post abrogation of 370, and therefore this stamps a mark on how Kashmir is the Naya Jammu Kashmir, etc., etc. See, the problem with that is when you equate tourists with normalcy, the best way to counter that normalcy argument is to damage tourism. And the easiest way to damage tourism is to attack tourists. And you cannot protect everybody. It's impossible. You couldn't do it even when the numbers were less. You certainly can't do it with the numbers that we had prior to 22nd of April. So I think going ahead, we need to once again resist the temptation of putting normalcy and tourism in the same sentence. We can talk about normalcy from a point of view of stone pelting. We can talk about normalcy from a point of view of investment, industrial activity, a whole host of other things. Tourism, we should resist the temptation.